Oh, Lord, here we go again. You know, I would like to believe that we could just go a couple of days, a couple of weeks, a couple of months without some new foolishness popping up all over the timeline. But yeah, here we are. Okay, whether it be a creepy Bayo main or a fringe top 5 player in the world for Smash Bros. Ultimate, we once again find ourselves in a predicament of having to cover something that's not very pleasant and something that actually did surprise me. So just so you guys know, it's trigger warning, essay, and emotional manipulation. If you're not comfortable with that, just click off. No need to continue further. But for those of you who stick around, I want to make something clear. Let's not use this situation with Onin, because obviously the thumbnail told you exactly who this is about. Let's not use the situation as a way to attack any kind of communities, trans folks, stuff like that. I saw some tweets like celebrating, oh, another Steve main down, jackpot. Like, nah, like, y'all got to put this stuff into perspective. That is the action that you should be angry about, is what is detailed in this document that is really just, in my opinion, just gross and reprehensible and just flat out weird. Like, what is wrong with niggas, bro? This is just some weird ass behavior. So let's just dive into it. So Zog is posting on behalf of Mocha. I don't know, I guess Mocha asked Zog to post, but regardless, I already clicked on it, opened it up here, and this is why Onin has received an 8-month ban. And when we read some of this and show some of these screenshots, you'll be much like myself, scratching your head on how whatever panel of geniuses, clearly Mensa members, came up with just an 8-month ban. But let's just dive into it. So this is, it says testimony from Mocha. The information has this information has existed in MISU panel circulation for the past few weeks. While the help offered by the panel was initially greatly appreciated, the panel appeared to act maliciously. On November 1st, a document with 3 cases of Onin's misconduct was submitted to the panel. For safety concerns, 2 of those people involved chose not to make their cases public, as they were understandably traumatic memories. Sounds right to me. The document made explicit mention of the urgency of privacy in this matter. Later, we found out that the panel had breached those terms, as well as general safety panel confidentiality, by giving the document to Onin, as corroborated by the attached screenshot. So you guys kind of read that for yourself and see what was posted right there. Oh my God, I just noticed that screenshot name. What the hell is going on? Today, we found out that Onin received an 8-month ban. This case is also the reason for their non-attendance at Port Priority, and we will touch on that later on, believe that. When the case was submitted to MISU, a copy was given to Port TOs, who, under guidance from initial findings of MISU, chose to issue an immediate ban. According to information given to Mocha by MISU panelists, 2 of 5 panelists voted for no ban to occur. This information, combined with the leak of initial document, shows that there was a heavy element of malice in the panel's verdict. And that is the driving force behind Mocha's decision to have this case be open to the public eye. So right off the bat, this is a case that it doesn't even seem like this person needed to kind of like reveal that they were the one involved, because, you know, I guess unprofessionalism from this panel resulted in this going public. Now, I'm not going to read this whole thing. I will link it, of course, in the description. But let me just show you let me just give you what the body of this is basically entailing. At an event that took place, both Onin and, you know, said person got high, apparently, you know, laid down together, and, you know, Onin just went on like a grope spree, from what I gather from this, until finally some, you know, uncomfortable crying, I guess, you know, clicked, and, you know, they stopped. That's kind of like the gist of some of it. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but again, it's linked so you guys can check it out. But some of these screenshots that follow, pretty damning. So right here, you know, screenshot from Onin. Am I a bad person? No, I feel bad still. I'm a bad person. I R-worded you. That's just insane. And then you can come down here and read some of this too, which is also insane. Bruh, I'll R you and kill you. Sorry, I don't know where that came from. Meow, I'm just a girl. Like, what, like, huh? Meow? Nigga, meow? And then there's just like other screenshots down here as well, that you guys can go down there and read for yourself. Again, it'll be linked. And then this crazy question gets asked: am I an R word? How would you be? If you just read this is crazy. Like, I mean, and Mocha, I guess trying to be like, I guess understanding is the word, or kind of caring about how Onin is perceiving themselves. I don't know. I think it was be classified as essay. And then like out of nowhere, another meow kitty emoji. Lord, do I off myself? It's just like, what possessed? Like, this is just insanity. And again, you can read it for yourself. Now Onin has since issued a statement. I don't want to say like addressing it. I'll say redressing it, right? I'm aware of the case being shared about me. These posts contain incomplete information and do not give the full context of the situation. I've been advised not to discuss details publicly while I gather all relevant information. I won't be commenting further at this time. I just ask that people refrain from making assumptions until the appropriate processes have taken place. To which I have to say, while this situation is not funny, this is an insane gotcha moment. This person, MD, context question mark, and then just post that screenshot. I mean, come on, what are we doing here? This is just absolute insanity. And then on top of that, remember how I mentioned in that doc that the information was given to the Port TOs, and Port Priority was a great tournament that Onin was noticeably did not attend, and now we obviously know why. Look at this statement from head TO of Port Priority, Gyromite. Onin was banned from Port as a precaution while the MISU panel investigated. Upon receiving word of the ban, Onin threatened to sue Port, me. Given the info, a ban was fully justified, and I'd be happy to defend my right in court to bar people like this from attending my events. Holy crap. This is easily one of the craziest situations that I have seen. And the sad part is as again, like I said, man, like I see people like dunking on certain communities, dunking on just Steven, like that's not what the issue is, bro. We gotta know what, like, you guys know me, how I stream, how I commentate. Yes, it's a time for jokes, but sometimes you gotta button that shit up, and we gotta understand there's bigger issues at hand. I'd like to give a shout out to Zog and Mocha for being brave enough to put this together and bring it to light. And honestly, I just need people to do better, man. Like, ever since the summer of 2020, shit's just been, not consistently off the wall, but definitely more often than not, I just read some stuff and it just makes me shake my head like, damn, bro, it's really not that hard to do better and exercise even a little bit of common sense. I mean, seriously, who posts this kind of shit, bro? Who posts this kind of shit? This is just ridiculous. But like I said, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Keep it respectful as I asked you guys to, and I'll talk to you on the next one. Lord have mercy.